are here with Ageless Remedies and Karen Simpson, who is the managing director. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
We thought maybe you could help us and give us some tips about taking care of our skin. I know that, different people need different things, and I abused mine as a kid sitting there with a reflector and baby oil, but now I've got a daughter who's 12 and a half going on 13. So starting with that age, what's the most important thing for people to take care of their skin?
Well, I still remember being young a long time ago, and the first thing my mother bought me was a good facial cleanser. Of course, I looked at it because when you're young, you don't really want that icky stuff on your face. You you want it to be dry and kind of clean feeling. But a good cleanser is really essential, and to start using it at an early age is wonderful if you can get them in that habit, particularly as they advance into teenage years, where they're getting around a lot of the oxidations, the dirt from the environmentals that kind of clogs their skin, not to mention heredity, which pops up when they don't want it, so they'll have that acne to deal with sometimes. But if they can get a good cleanser that really suits their skin, cleans it off, keeps it hydrated, they're going to be a lot better off than those kids that don't really
or just use soap.
Or just use soap, because soap is wonderful, and we remember the Dove commercials, but soap dries your skin out. It also leaves a film on your skin, which attracts, it's like a magnet to dirt. So you really want to use something that's really set up for your particular skin type. That's essential. And then a sunscreen. In today's world, you cannot get away without using a sunscreen, and I mean daily. I mean, even if you're just driving wherever you're going, you're getting a lot of sun exposure in that car.
A lot of the moisturizers that I'm seeing now have actual sunscreen in it, like the SPF 15, if you just buy a good moisturizer with a...
Well, we tell our clients to do it the other way. We tell them to get a sunscreen that can act as a moisturizer, because in a lot of cases, moisturizers that act as sunscreens have just a little dribble of the SPF in there. It's used as a filler. So you really don't know how old it is or how much it is. So you really need to go the other direction and find the right sunscreen that can act as your moisturizer.
That's made for faces or what have you.
It's made for good skin care.
Now transitioning into your 20s, 30s, what can you...
By the time you get into your 20s, you've already been going to the beach and doing things like that. You really need to add to your skincare arsenal. Let's see, here are the cleansers. These are two different types. These are sunscreens. But then you need to introduce a good antioxidant. And the reason it's called an antioxidant is because of the entire oxidation process. And if you understood what that is, you have cells that have a proton, electron, and neutron, and what oxidation, the radicals that are released from the environment do, is they oxidize your skin. That is, they attack your skin looking for a free electron. Well, there's not a free electron in your skin cells, so they break them down and steal the electrons. So what you want to do is supply something like an antioxidant, a vitamin C, E, something like that, that really goes in and supplies that extra electron so that it just zaps it up. Remember the old days when they had Pac-Man? It's kind of like the Pac-Man. It munches those electrons up and it keeps them from harming the skin, breaking down the cells.
Now we're into our 40s and probably, are starting to see the signs of age. What do you recommend as people age?
I recommend as people age that you make sure that you're using a good cleanser, that you make sure that you're using a good antioxidant daily, because the other thing that antioxidants do is it'll enhance your sunscreen protection by up to 8 times. And then to have a really good sunscreen that works really well. The antioxidants will also help, some of them will help fade the pigment that we've started seeing for the skin damage. So that's great. At night, you really need to have a good retinol. Vitamin A cream. This came about in the 80s when they started really recognizing that vitamin A in the 90s that would help, and they largely used it for acne clients, but what they saw was that it was starting to diminish wrinkles. So it's really good because it forces a cell turnover. So it's extremely important that you have some sort of cell turnover going and then cleansing it off the next morning.
And just to finish off with, when you're getting into your 60s and 70s and the sunspots and the brown spots, is there something that you can add to the arsenal here that addresses that?
You can actually get a skin bleaching cream, or you can go, hydroquinone is the gold standard. Now over the counter, you only get about 2%. 2% is not gold standard. We recommend that you come in and let us make sure that that's the right thing for you. But 4% of hydroquinone is a really good thing. And you don't want to use it forever. You want to use it on a timed basis, like 3 to 4 months, come off of it, and find something that helps to block the melanin. And we can set you up with that kind of rotation. Just before, some people are like me and don't like to have to go through every little thing, in the morning. So the serum and the sunscreen, this is a really great product. It has a 4-in-1. It has peptides which start reducing the damage to your skin. It has a sunscreen of 50, and it has the antioxidant peptides in it. So it really goes in, moisturizes, protects.
everything together.
So it's a one-step process.
Okay.
All right, that's wonderful.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh,
And we'd
you're
love to
welcome.
follow up with you at some other point about some other things you can add into your regimen to improve your skin tone and skin elasticity and all of that. And
Oh,
there's many other
wonderful.
treatments you can do. But right now, you can go to the LakeNormanSavings.com website, and you've got some coupons listed on there, and there's some half-off promotions that are going on. So definitely check out the website. And Karen, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thanks.
Thanks.
We appreciate it.
Uh-huh.